And we begin this morning with breaking news from the Carolinas. Here's a live picture from Charleston, South Carolina. Daybreak, after a hurricane, it's always full of anxiety. People are, getting their first daylight look at the aftermath, but that is not the case with what is now Tropical Storm Florence.
Yeah, that's because this storm is moving so slowly. Florence, though, still dumping devastating rain more than 24 hours after landfall. KCAL 9's Mola Lengi live in Wilmington, North Carolina, where the rain still coming down. Mola, give us an update.
Well, hey guys, Chris, Mary, good morning. Conditions here in Wilmington compared to just 24 hours ago, much improved. Obviously, we are getting still a little bit of rainfall, but the wind significantly died down. It's basically just a rainy day at this point. Obviously, the storm has moved a little further south and beginning to move inland southwest. And as you mentioned, a very slow-moving storm drenching the communities and the towns and the cities that it's going over now. It's weakening in terms of its wind speed, but it's just moving at such a slow pace that it is dumping rain on all of those communities. We have seen some major flooding in North Carolina, some swift boat rescues that were necessary. Hundreds of people have had to be rescued so far, and there is an increased and a continued threat and concern for flooding in the days and the hours and the days looking ahead. 5 fatalities so far at this point. Most of them were reported to have been wind related. We saw some strong wind gusts here in the first 24 hours or so, knocking down trees, knocking down power lines, knocking down structures, canopies at gas stations and awnings. A tree fell into a home in North Carolina and killed a mother and an infant. Another tree had fallen and blocked a roadway. It didn't allow first responders to get to a 78-year-old who was having a heart attack. So not just storm-related deaths, directly caused by the storm, but obviously we're seeing the challenges that it's presenting to first responders who need to respond to normal situations. So looking forward, it's, again, the threat of floods moving forward here in the next 48 hours and the days ahead. We've got millions of people who remain without power, and some of those people, according to first responders, may remain without power for weeks looking ahead. So while the punch and the initial impact of the storm seems to have passed, we are still looking at the lingering effects moving forward, Chris and Mary.
Yeah, and Mola, people have been preparing for this storm for days. Talk to me about what people are saying in that area that you've talked to, just about the after effects of Florence.
Yeah, well, before the storm, we were hearing a lot of people in this area, in the Wilmington, Wrightsville Beach area, which is just along the southeastern coast of North Carolina. A lot of people had a certain level of anxiety about this. I certainly wouldn't call it a panic. These are folks who have grown accustomed to living in a hurricane-prone zone. They deal with hurricanes every year during hurricane season, so they sort of know the routine. When a hurricane is moving in, they know what to do. They know the drill. Get the sandbags out, board up the windows. If we're going to move, fill up the gas, get your gas cans, get the water. They know the routine, but there was something different about this one that was hitting folks differently, be it the very specific and the specific warnings. Officials were not mincing words about how they were describing the potential impact of this storm, be it the images or recent storms that they had seen. But there was a certain anxiety about this that caused people to move and to evacuate. And that was perhaps the best preparation that most people could have done, because it perhaps saved many lives, Chris and Mary.
All right, thank you, Mola. And be sure to stay with KCAL 9, continuing coverage of Tropical Storm Florence throughout this show. And for updates anytime, just go to our website, kcal9.com.